Okay, so in our first story, it's about a million new millionaires were created in the U.S. last year, and the richest got richer, according to this report. Now, this article is pretty much saying a new report on the U.S. changing their economy has found out that a million Americans became millionaires last year, all because of stocks and cryptocurrencies. Now, the number of Americans with $1 million or more in investable assets is really high right now. Now, jumping from 13.3 million in 2020 and till 14.6 million this past summer in 2021. The numbers of Americans worth 25 millions or more is at an all-time high, with an 18% growth in just 1 year. Now, the increase can be attributed largely to the mass wealthy population who have between 100K and $1 million invested, and they even saw their numbers grow by 2%. Now, according to George Walper, who is the president of the Spectrum Group, said that it was the strongest year ever for millionaires in the creating in all segments. Now, the stock market is by far the largest engine of wealth creation for millionaires and billionaires in America. Now, this year, stocks gained a 27% overall, while NASDAQ rose 21%. 21%. Now, the wealthiest 1% saw their 3 trillion grow through this booming economy. Now, this means that nearly 4 out of every 10,000 invested by ultra high end investors went towards creating new assets last year. Okay, so the cryptos and other assets such as NFTs, collectibles, or real estate also gained in value last year. Now, the total market cap of the crypto assets is now over $2 trillion despite the wild swings from time to time. All right. Now, the wealth experts are predicting that we may not see last year gains this year in 2022, given the high inflation and the rising of the interest rates. Now, the market decline has started trimming off some investors' fortunes already, and NASDAQ is down like 14% for this time period, while S&P 500 is at 8%. Now, Walker says that it is hard to predict where the year will end up, at the end of the year. However, based on what we've seen so far in 2022 versus 2021, things already seem different. Now, in my own opinion, this is the time to invest. Okay, a lot of investment opportunities are on sale right now, and you should definitely take advantage of that. Okay, we want to be in the group of investors that make it out big this year. Okay, so don't let this type of news discourage you. I'm bringing this to your attention to let you know that you should be investing, even with it at its all-time low right now. Okay, so educate yourself. Get more projects in your investment portfolios. Do your research and do whatever. But this, in my opinion, is definitely a time to invest. I wouldn't get discouraged by this type of article. Okay. Now, in our next story, it says that Ripple CEO Brian Garlinghouse says recent court victory against the SEC is a win for the whole crypto industry. That's a bold statement, right? So, in this recent court decision, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has celebrated the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission motion to deny it from striking payment company's fair notice defense with an attack on XRP. All right, so the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has alleged that the payment company unlawfully sold XRP as an unregistered security, which is a position they still maintain today. Now, the company claimed that it had been unfairly targeted by the SEC because they were not given notice about their actions being in violation of the federal law and against the proper procedure. Now, the recent court decision to not strike Ripple's fair notice defense is a victory for the entire crypto industry and should be viewed as such. Now, says Garland House said that in a recent interview with Bloomberg, right? So the CEO of Ripple believes that providing regulatory clarity is preferable to regulation by enforcement. Now, this approach uses lawsuits, for instance, instead of traditional methods like fines or imprisonments as a means towards demonstrating their policies and putting them into effect. Okay, Garland House says that the cryptocurrency industry has been harmed by an anti-competitive regimen in the world's largest economy. All right, so I don't know. I just feel I would just be so happy once this is over with, because we keep hearing about it. It's like an on and on thing, you know. So I don't know. We'll see. I digress, and we'll just keep an eye on this and see where it goes. Okay. So, on our next story, we're going to talk about Ukraine's largest savings bank halts Bitcoin buys with Hryvnia. Okay. Now, despite Ukraine's progress with the crypto regulation, locals are reported to be unable to buy Bitcoin using their bank accounts at the bank called Private Bank. Now, having seen the success of Bitcoin in combating Russia-backed forces, Ukraine's government has legalized and encouraged its use. Now, despite this legalization through some major banks have banned their clients from purchasing BTC, which is Bitcoin, with Ukrainian hryvnia at all outlets where services are offered. Now, the recent restrictions by a private bank fall in line with an order from the National Bank of Ukraine. Now, these new rules were reportedly applied during this period of martial law. Okay, the news came just days after Binance Ukraine's division reported on private banks' cryptocurrency restrictions. Now, the CEO of Binance has advised customers to use their peer-to-peer exchange service, noting that other banks can make a similar decision at any time. Now, with the recent increase in military rule, Private Bank has taken multiple steps to keep their financial stability under martial law. Now, the bank increased their withdrawal limits and gave credit holidays so people can access their funds easier than ever before. Ooh, so, I mean, with this, anything can happen, you know. It's not as bad as it seems, because like they said, you can use their peer-to-peer other ways to buy Bitcoin. This is just through the bank. They're putting a halt to it because of the war. So, I mean, I prefer the peer-to-peer, me, myself, opposed to going through the banks, because when you add the banks, you add fees, you know, and a little slower transaction. So, I don't know. It's not necessarily such a bad thing, but we'll keep an eye on this and let you know how it goes as the war and everything progresses. Okay. Now, in our final story, we're going to talk about how Coinbase supports the Solana blockchain. All right. Now, in this story, it says that Coinbase has been rolling out support for Solana on its platform, managing your SPL tokens based on Solana using their blockchain extension. Now, this means you can now trade the privacy coin directly through the Coinbase platform. Now, the future of the extension is currently limited to desktop versions, but they are working on making it available for mobile users at some point in time in the future. Okay, so Coinbase Wallet already supports Ethereum, Avalanche, and Polygon. Now, the addition of Solana makes it a competitor to the leading wallets like Phantom or Flare. Now, the company announced that it will also extend its support to Solana's NFTs, which are not included in the extension for now, as of right now. Now, with this new development, Solana's success is all the more impressive. The blockchain has seen record rises in 2021 and achieved one of the biggest performances among cryptocurrencies. Now, the JP Morgan analysts have predicted that Solana blockchain, due to its scalability and speed of transactions, will soon overtake Ethereum in terms of market share for NFTs. We'll see. You guys know I'm a big Ethereum fanatic, so but we'll see. I'm invested in both. So that concludes all of our news for today. Please go ahead and like this video and share with others you may think may like it. Comment below and tell me what you guys think of everything I reported today. All right. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and that bell notification, and I will check you guys out next week. All right. Bye.